Henry McClure Live. I'm at the Glass Houses studio. In fact, I'm in the new Glass Houses studio. But I'm in my office at the studio because I want to talk about a Facebook post that I made earlier where I got the answers to a core request. And I'm really disappointed with what's going on. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. Where do you start? Where do you start the story? I mean, the reason issues with development and the way things work politically, I'm so obsessed with them because it's all determined how I make a living. You know, MD, I see you're watching. We need to start posting. We need to start posting things based on the issues so people can go back and look at some of the stuff on the issues because it's hard. It's a lot of work to try to keep the voters up to par. So this has to do with the Citizens Commission. And the Citizens Commission was in place by state law. And for 5 years, the county didn't implement it. And I believe guys like Rich Eckert and Kevin Cook, who are they're officers of the court, and especially Kevin Cook, because Rich Eckert, even though he behaves like the 4th County Commissioner, which I think he does, and I'm not done with Rich Eckert. In fact, we're gonna find out what's under Rich Eckert's fingernails, because I think Rich oversteps his bounds as the county councilor in a lot of ways, and we're gonna go back. We will go back in time soon to his answers to the Attorney General regarding the selective foreclosures for the tax sales, and I think Rich Eckert's in charge of somehow, some way. The county commissioners took the power away from the treasurer, and this is just my opinion. And the Rich made comments in his letter to our Attorney General, Kobach, and he says, hey, based on the market conditions and this and that. Well, it's not his job to be an underwriter of the market conditions in Topeka, Kansas. So look, right in front of me is Rich Eckert's response, and I think the whole thing starts with Rich Eckert, and probably Kevin Cook, not liking me. You got to remember, Kevin Cook made you wear a mask, and he locked you down. And I'm unvaccinated, and I did things during the lockdown. I broke the law on behalf of people, drug addicts, and held meetings. I mean, so the fundamentals and the whole makeup of Henry McClure is so different than Kevin Cook. But his minion, Rich Eckert, is trying to stop the Citizens Commission. Now, he calls it in here the Citizens Committee. He's not even smart enough. He's not even smart enough to really call the entity that he's fighting. The Citizens Commission is something that we've been fighting. Some of the others, and some of the viewers. And I'm going to tell you something. Some of my viewers have submitted some stuff for the Doge Committee, and I will be focusing in on that. But I'm telling you something, I got to make a living too. I got deals to make. I got a lot of responsibility. You know, the mayor only makes $40,000 a year, and $40,000 a year is a lot of money to some people. And when you live on Social Security like me today, $40,000 is a lot of money. But also, too, some of the real estate deals that I put together pay much better than that. And that aside, we're going to do this whole thing with full disclosure. You're going to know the nice thing about what's going to happen is every real estate person in the city and county of Shawnee, as well as state of Kansas, is the economic development is not going to run through just the NGO. No. Just imagine my live, and this whole thing that they do, this whole dance that they do about, oh, well, you know, non-disclosure agreements and this and that, you know, that happens in very few cases just day to day. Yeah, maybe it's sensitive to whether corporations are going to come to certain areas, but a lot of that's bullshit that the chambers tried to do to keep things secret. Well, the nice thing about me is I know a lot of secrets about a lot of people, and maybe you'll start hearing more about them. You know, it starts off with Rich Eckert asking Amanda Stanley to review Senate Bill 104. Okay? And Senate Bill 104, what it does, it neuters the county's obligation to get the Citizens Commission up and going. And this whole thing, what it comes down to is, number one, Rich is doing it. Rich is doing this, and Kevin Cook, they're doing it to fight the public because they want to keep their little fiefdom, the county commission cloistered. What the Citizens Commission does, it's like a one-stop shop for all the politics going on in the county. Bring them on camera. Paul, you want to be on the camera? Okay, so look. Then here we've got Rich Eckert's letter here to the Senate Committee on Local Government. And when you go through this thing, this is just ridiculous. And what I'm going to do is, come to my page and you can read all this stuff yourself. But I will take the original core request, and because there's some stuff that we don't get to know. But when you read his answers here, but look, he's talking about in 205. Well, we tried to have consolidation and it failed, so we don't need to ever bring it up again. Well, I don't blame the county members for not wanting to be consolidated because people in the county don't want to pay for hotels and fixing up Cody Foster's building. There's a lot of reasons. And as mayor, the only thing I can do is try to hold spending down. John Ockles actually helped me bring a bill forward to reduce property taxes. We'll see how that comes out. But when you just look at the Citizens Commission as an opportunity to consolidate all the minds of the people that can affect government. The water districts, the mayors of the other town, the school board people, the city and county government, the drainage districts, the townships. And it's not all about consolidation. What it's about having a meeting of the minds. But it's also about having people involved. And here's what I'm looking at right now. Could I change it more as mayor? Could I make a difference of trying to make changes the mayor? Could I do better? And I think I could. The point is that we're trying to get the county just to follow state law that they didn't for 5 years. And the minute we do that, they, Brenda Dietrich runs out there and gets this Bill 104 going. And Senate Bill 104 now is law. So now it's optional whether or not to do the Citizens Commission. Well, if they're not following the law today, how in the hell are we ever going to get them to exercise the option? So, as mayor, I will come up with the mayor's effort to create the Citizens Commission. And hell, there's maybe a way we do it without the county. We don't even have to invite their ass over. Ha! All right, so Rich writes, man, he is a legend in his own mind. Writing stuff, that's how, see, Rich gets to come and go from, first he's working for Vic, and then he goes into the private side, and then he comes back. So he's writing about stuff in 205. He might have actually been the county councilor back then. I remember him and Vic playing grab asses. You would have thought, I mean, they bossed Ted around. Who was the token Republican? But now we've got Whitney Dameron, and Rich told me about this, and so we've got now our lobbyists out there pushing this thing through. And, hey, Spencer, Spencer, that's nice you showed up. Because what I want to talk about the Citizens Commission is who directed Amanda Stanley. And if you didn't know about it, well, why didn't you? Is the bureaucracy, are the bureaucrats running the town, are guys like Rich Eckert, did they have enough juice to get Amanda Stanley to do whatever they want? And what I'm saying is the Citizens Commission should have rose to a level of, you know what, we ought to ask the public. Just like you guys whisked away Earl McIntosh's 5,400 votes. Well, why can't the people decide? The county is not following the law. And we're over there. There are citizens that are trying to get this thing going. And the county now and the city collaborate in finding a way to not let it happen. So, Amanda Stanley. Whitney, the county asked us to support this. I feel comfortable that I have a consensus for written support only. Let me know if this is too supportive. I was trying to keep the focus on the fact that the commission could make recommendations about the city, and we already have that process for that. Well, that process is probably the weakest process known to man. Your citizens committee is a farce. They're nice people, and the little fellow with the bow tie barely wanted me to talk, that Zach, because he knows how I feel about the NGOs. But look, so I feel comfortable that I have support. Well, who did that support come from? Who at this juncture, who's Amanda's lawyer? You know, because Amanda didn't answer my open records request fully. But she's telling our lobbyists, you know, that she's got, where did this support come from? Did it come from the mayor? Did it come from you, Spencer? Did it come from David Banks, AOC, CVA? I mean, you know, who did... this is a policy decision and not an administrative decision, so it really is not the city manager's fault. So Dr. Robert, you know, if he did make this decision, well, he overstepped his bounds. But based on the letter, so how does, and what I want to know is what city, whose fingerprints are on this? So here's, posted here is Amanda's written of support for Senate Bill 104. And, man, what's really ironic, I was getting ready to sue the county, and next thing you know, that got out. Some lawyer told another lawyer, and then next thing you know, we've got this, it's like the government is working against the people. I'm sick of it, man. There's a concerted effort for the government. So check this out. I'm going to figure out how to serve this up to the public better. You know, at least I'm unvaccinated and I'll outlive you guys. But so all this stuff is up there. The Citizens Commission, that's going to be something that I'm going to, as mayor, hey, there's been an effort to fight it. But look, this will be interesting. If the people don't want to engage and get involved with government, there's nothing I can do about it. As your mayor, there is something I can do about it. I can engage. Just think about having somebody that isn't a member of the Greater Topeka Partnership maybe serving on a board somewhere. Wouldn't that be unique? That'd be like a breath of fresh air. And the NGOs, I mean, when we start really adding up all the money between the hotel, the money to, and I guess I'm going to have to make a court request to see if that lease got signed for Cody Foster, and the fact that you're going to give that guy $9.5 million. But look, all this stuff, all the issues of the day and everything that go on in the community can be brought up at the Citizens Commission. It's not all about consolidation. They originally started it to consolidate the Wyandotte County, and maybe, I think when I get done with here, I'll ask Gork. I like Elon Musk AI because it does such good research and you can dive deep. So I'm going to ask, and maybe I'll ask Google. There's a pretty good one out there called Copilot. Copilot's kind of cool because I guess I could get that going right now. I don't know. I'm out of energy. Well, I'm not out of energy, but I'm going to start trying to figure out how to be a better disseminator of information, and try to keep it more positive of how a guy can make change. But it's up to the people. If you want somebody to fight for change, I'm your guy. Henry McClure Live. More to follow.